Welcome back to another 7-minute review with me, P the Critic. We are super excited and first of all, really want to just tell everybody how much we appreciate all of your support. Because of you, we've actually had a great opportunity to be given a new product from Erabros. Erabros is a new company and their goal is to help bring intelligent and easy to use products to every family. So thank you very much, Erabros, for sending us this free product demo. The Erabros RS1 is a product that's really designed to help get past and overcome a lot of the hindrances of many vacuums, and especially robot vacuums, where you've got a brush roll that goes around and helps pick up dirt and suck up all the dirt and debris. But when it comes to things like pet hair, oftentimes they get wrapped up and trapped in those brush rolls. And the Erabros RS1 is designed with a tangle-free design, so it's better for homes with pets. We're going to unbox this together with you, and then we'll go ahead and put it through its paces and test it out and see if it really does hold up to that tangle-free design. And one of the things that's pretty unique about this one is that it also comes with a remote control to help position the robot. So if you don't want to use an app, if you're not comfortable using the app to set it up or to get it to go and do its job, you can use the remote control here. So this is really great for people that have privacy concerns and so forth. Erabros does talk about its filtration system, and it does include a HEPA filtration system, which is great. This docking station obviously will not be emptying the canister or anything like that. This is one that you'll manually empty, but it is a 600 milliliter canister, so Erabros put in a good size canister there. We've got a couple batteries for the remote and a cleaning brush and tool there. We started with downloading the Smart Life app as recommended. And once the app was open, we quickly got a pop-up to set up the Erabros RS1, and setup was very quick and easy. Connecting to Wi-Fi was easy, took under a minute. So after spending a good week with the Erabros RS1, it does a pretty good job of delivering on a lot of its promises, and in some areas leaves a little bit to be desired. It says that it has a 140-minute runtime, and we found that to be pretty much accurate. The robot vacuum seemed to run for a good amount of time. After that runtime, it does a pretty decent job of finding its way back to the charging dock, which is impressive because it doesn't really have any built-in mapping features. It kind of does a random movement throughout the home, and it'll kind of do its thing and go back and forth. And then all of a sudden it'll kind of stop cleaning that room and just kind of scoot along somewhere else. And then it'll eventually sometimes get back to that area. So it's kind of random in its movement. So if you have a large space that you're trying to clean, it will take some time before it gets to every part of the home or the area. So you would ideally use it in a more small space, maybe in an apartment or smaller space in a home. But in the bathroom, which you can see here, we kind of scattered some debris throughout the area just to see how well it would do. We did shut the door to the bathroom, and it kind of went along and cleaned pretty well. But we did put we have a cat that has sometimes gets some mats. She's a longer hair cat, and we took 2 mats that she had that kind of had built up and just left them on the floor there. I thought it had picked them up, and I was pretty impressed. But then after picking up the vacuum, I saw it was just kind of moving the mats around with it. And so it wasn't able to pick that up in the suction port. While the vacuum isn't really made for medium or high pile carpets, it is able to navigate around them, but it just won't pick up a whole lot. You can see here that it does have sensors to detect things like walls and furniture, and it does an okay job with that. It will, if it's going towards a wall and it's kind of dead centered, it will stop before it hits the wall and sometimes maybe just barely tap it or just stop short of it, which is great. But if it approaches a wall at an angle, it's usually going to hit that wall or hit that furniture leg or anything like that. we haven't found any scuffs or marks on any of the furniture legs or walls, so it does seem to have a setup where it's not going to leave marks, which is great. It does have drop sensors here, so it will prevent falling down a flight of stairs, which is great because you don't want to damage your robot vacuum. And while I have it on its side, you can see that the brush here, the spin brushes with this little extra feature that are supposed to help prevent getting wrapped up in hair and so forth, didn't do a great job preventing that. One thing that we really appreciated about the robot was that it has a really low profile. So like our coffee bar, for example, it was actually able to get under that and move around underneath it, which was great because it was able to vacuum an area that our other robot vacuum can't get to. And getting back to the side brushes, a lot of robot vacuums do this. It's not unique to this robot, is that the side brushes tend to rotate kind of fast, kind of quickly. And what tends to happen with that is sometimes as it's going along and grabbing something, especially if it's towards the very edges of that side brush, it will actually hit the debris and kind of just kick it off rather than actually pushing it into the suction port, which it's designed to do. Let's take a look at the app real quick. You have some basic features on the app like the auto mode, which will just kind of let it roam around and do its thing. You also have the spot mode, which will kind of have the robot kind of spin in a circle. It also has an edge mode, so it'll kind of just stick to edges and clean around the edges. And similar to the app, you do have a lot of the same controls here. You can also control the robot kind of moving along and doing its thing. So one thing to note is that you have to kind of be pointing this pretty much at the robot for it to work. So you need somewhat of a direct line of sight, whereas with the app, you don't really need that line of sight at all. So in conclusion, this robot vacuum, the Erabros RS1, is not really here to compete with top-tier vacuums. Erabros has a goal to bring intelligent and easy-to-use products to every family. With their unique approach here, using a brushless vacuum robot to minimize the hassles and cost with cleaning and replacing brush rolls, and with their extremely affordable pricing of $199, their first foray into the market, the RS1, brings a lot to the table. I'm really excited to see what other products Erabros releases in the future. Also, please make sure to frequently check the description below because we will have coupons from Erabros that will allow you to get a very good discount off of the RS1 model. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you on our next 7-minute review.